Property Buzz, your daily dose of property news.
South Australia's new rental laws come into effect. A building supervisor is in the spotlight for negligence, and auction volumes decline. Welcome to Property Buzz. I'm Juliette Helmke. Today is Saturday, the 29th of June. South Australia is gearing up for the implementation of significant reforms to its residential tenancy laws on July 1st, including a ban on no-grounds evictions and an increase in the notice period to end a fixed tenancy. The reforms also allow tenants to have pets in rental homes, establish minimum housing standards, and provide more flexibility for victims of domestic violence. Along with these changes, Rent Right South Australia has been appointed as the state's tenant advice and advocacy service, offering financial counselling, rental administration assistance, and information sessions about tenancy rights and responsibilities. The legal changes have been welcomed by South Australia's Minister for Consumer and Business Affairs, as well as the Real Estate Institute of South Australia, who believe they balance the interests of landlords and tenants. In Western Australia, a building supervisor has been fined $40,000 and stripped of his building practitioner registration after admitting to several instances of negligence or failure to ensure proper management and supervision of building services at properties located at Beckenham and North Coogee. These projects resulted in 23 disciplinary matters, many with multiple components, with more than 60 breaches of the Australian standards and building plans being identified at one property and 45 at another. Issues ranged from failing to ensure that appropriate materials were used in some of the property's structural components, such as its brick wall ties and roof beams, to authorizing modifications not approved by the City Council. In announcing the penalty, WA's building commissioner said that the outcome should put unscrupulous building industry participants on notice. And looking at auctions for this week, CoreLogic is forecasting a decrease in auction volumes for 7 days to the 30th of June, with 2,073 capital city homes scheduled for auction, down from 2,150 the previous week. Melbourne remains the busiest auction market with 881 homes set for auction, a 9.6% decrease on the previous week, while Sydney auction volume is expected to fall by 2.1%. Among smaller capital cities, Brisbane and Adelaide are expected to see increased auction activity, while Perth and Tasmania are set to experience a decline. CoreLogic anticipates a continued downward trend in auctions, with early estimates for the week ending the 7th of July showing just under 1,800 homes scheduled for auction across the combined capitals. That's Property Buzz for today. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you again on Tuesday, the 2nd of July, for your daily dose of Property Buzz.
Want to hear more episodes like this? Check out Daily Buzz over on propertybuzz.com.au or tune into Property Buzz on all major podcast platforms.
The information featured in this podcast is general in nature and does not take into consideration your financial situation or individual needs and should not be relied upon. Before making any investment, insurance, tax, property or financial planning decision, you should consult a licensed professional who can advise whether your decision is appropriate for you. Guests appearing on this podcast may have a commercial relationship with the companies mentioned.